Saltwater or freshwater fish? What is the best one to have? What's up my aquatic friends? Raja here and welcome to Taj Mahal Aquatics, where you can find the coolest fish content and everything about fish keeping. Saltwater fish versus freshwater fish. What is the best one to have in aquariums? Talking about aquarium fish, you are left with a choice between a saltwater fish and freshwater fish. These two fishes are a popular choice for many hobbyists. But what is the best fish to have? To find out what is the best fish to have, I'm gonna compare both saltwater fish and freshwater fish to see which one is the best fish to have in aquariums. And we're gonna see who is the best between the two to have in aquariums. So what are the best fish to have in an aquarium? Is it saltwater fish or freshwater fish? Let's dive in to find out. To find out who is the best between the two, I'm gonna judge these two fishes based on these 6 factors. I'm gonna judge them based on the beauty, availability, hardiness, maintenance, setup cost, and prices for both fish. And for every fish that appears to be more superior in these judgments gets a point from me. And these are the judgments that I'm gonna look forward to find the best fish to have. So what fish that's gonna win this battle? Let's dive in to find out. Let's start with the beauty aspect of both fish, because after all, everyone will buy the prettiest fish for their aquarium. If we talk about beauty aspects of both fish have a great beauty aspect here. Both fish have a bright and colorful appearance, and both fish are also quite diverse. There are a lot of bright and colorful freshwater fish species you can choose from, so as with saltwater fish, you can also find a lot of bright and colorful species too. But talking about the most eye-catching ones, I guess the saltwater fish is more superior in this judgment. Even though freshwater fish have a lot of bright and colorful species, saltwater fish appear to have much more bright and colorful appearance that are more eye-catching. So for this judgment, saltwater fish gets the point for the beauty aspect. But if you think freshwater fish are more eye-catching than saltwater fish, let me know in the comment section. And now let's carry on to the next judgment. Knowing that both fishes are quite competitive in terms of appearance, what about its availability if we want to buy them? Because after all, if someone likes the fish, they would obviously buy them, right? As beautiful as saltwater fish really is, I found that freshwater fishes are a lot easier to find in aquarium stores if I want to buy them. Now I don't know if your place has a store that sells both saltwater and freshwater fish in the same store, but here in my place, I mostly found freshwater fish in aquarium stores and only freshwater fish that was available in that store. There are some aquarium stores that specialize in saltwater aquarium that obviously sell saltwater fish too, but there's not much store that specializes in saltwater aquarium in my area if I want to buy it on site. And my only option if I want to have a saltwater fish is either I go to downtown Jakarta or buy it online. So if I ever plan to keep saltwater fish, then it's gonna be a challenge, as in my area, there's not much store that specializes in saltwater aquarium and fish, or a place that sells both saltwater and freshwater fish in the same store. But if your area has a specialized saltwater aquarium store, or an aquarium store that sells both saltwater and freshwater fish, let me know in the comment section. So for my judgment for availability, this time the freshwater fish gets the point, as it's easier to find, at least in my area. But if your place has a specialized saltwater aquarium store, or an aquarium store that sells both saltwater and freshwater fish, then that's a different story. But for now, let's carry on. So the freshwater fish gets the point for being widely available, which means points for both fishes are now equal. Now let's see who will get the point for their endurance. Being pretty is not enough, as these fishes better have a good endurance, especially when they have to deal with the owner's mistakes. In terms of hardiness, freshwater fish take the lead once again for hardiness, as freshwater fish are more hardier and they are more forgiving to keep, especially for beginners, and some species can even survive in the harsh conditions. Saltwater fish, on the other hand, while there are also some species that are quite hardy, they are not as hardy as freshwater fish. So in terms of hardiness, freshwater fish gets another point from me, as they are much hardier than saltwater fish. Freshwater fish once again gets a point for being the hardiest fish. Now let's see who will get the point for being the easiest to maintain. Owning a fish is not just about viewing the fish in an aquarium, but also maintaining it. For how easy the fish to maintain, both saltwater fish and freshwater fish are actually easy to maintain. However, freshwater fish are way easier to maintain, and they are more forgiving, especially for new fish keepers that want to try fish keeping for the first time. Saltwater fish, on the other hand, while they are also easy to maintain, they are not too friendly for beginners level, especially if the beginners only know how to keep goldfish in a jar. You may need to learn more about keeping saltwater fish and have an experience of keeping a fish before. So keeping a saltwater fish is actually as easy as keeping a freshwater fish, but only if you have an experience in fish keeping. So to determine who is more superior in terms of maintenance, it's kinda hard, as both fishes are actually easy to maintain. Although saltwater fish is easy to maintain for a fish keeper who already knows how to keep fish, I think I'm gonna give both fishes a point here. They are both easy to maintain, as long as you know how to take care of them. To keep a fish, you obviously need to set up an aquarium, because without one, how can you keep the fish? Because there's no way you're gonna keep them in a jar, right? So now let's take a look at how much it costs to set up an aquarium for these fishes. Freshwater aquariums are generally quite inexpensive, as the equipment for setting one up is quite simple. You don't need a lot of specialized equipment to set up a freshwater aquarium, so setting a freshwater aquarium can be very budget friendly. But setting a saltwater aquarium is a whole different story. Setting a saltwater aquarium is a lot more expensive as you will need more specialized equipment. You will need more specialized equipment like protein skimmer, power heads, hydrometer, and some extra test kit, plus you will need to buy a salt mix for making the salt water. You could actually buy ready-to-use salt water too if you don't want the hassle of making your own salt water, or if you are rich enough to buy a yacht and live closely to a coastline. You could take your yacht far away from the coastline to get the best quality seawater for free, if it's even legal to take it on your own. So for the budget to set up an aquarium, Freshwater once again takes the point as it's easier to set up and a lot more affordable. And finally, after we take a look at the cost of setting the enclosure for both fish, now let's see how much the actual fish really cost. Freshwater fish are generally quite cheap, so they are perfect for everyone, especially those who want to have a fish but on a really tight budget. I bought 4 Corridoras catfish and I can get that fish for less than $1. Saltwater fish, on the other hand, cost a lot more than freshwater fish. They are generally more expensive than freshwater fish, especially for more rare or larger species. There may be a cheaper saltwater fish species available, but maybe the prices are not as cheap as freshwater fish. So for the pricing of both fish, I guess the freshwater fish are winning the last point from me, as they are more accessible and affordable than saltwater fish. So based on the judgment, it seems like the freshwater fish gets more points than the saltwater fish, which means one thing. Although saltwater fish are pretty and easy to take care of, they are not for everyone. They are only easy to take care of if you already know how to keep fish. And they are also not the greatest in hardiness. Plus, the cost of setting a saltwater aquarium can cost a lot more than the cheapest Samsung phone. And although freshwater fish are not as pretty as saltwater fish, they are more easy to maintain and more forgiving for everyone, and most importantly, they are easier to find. Plus, there are a lot of inexpensive freshwater fish choices, and setting up a freshwater aquarium is a lot cheaper. I personally would choose freshwater fish over saltwater fish, as it's the easiest to maintain and the cheapest to have. But I also like the beauty of saltwater fish too. In fact, maybe I would consider having a saltwater aquarium in the future. But for all of you who watched this video, I wanna know what fish is the best one for you. Let me know in the comment section. So there you have it. Those are my comparison between saltwater and freshwater fish. Comparing two of these fishes is like comparing an Android phone with an iPhone, as both fishes have their own plus points. One fish is great for its more eye-catching appearance, while other fish are much easier to take care of and much more widely available. Every fish has their own plus and minus here. So to decide on what fish you should have, it's all back to you to decide. So that's a wrap for this video. And what fish would you choose? Is it saltwater or freshwater? Let me know in the comment section below. And make sure you smash the like button if you like this video. And share this video if you find this video to be helpful and amusing. And if you want to see more cool fish content from this channel, make sure to subscribe because there will be more to come. Thanks for watching my aquatic friends and have a wonderful aquatic life.